Today I'm going to be painting my nails. I'm going for a winter plaid theme inspired by Christmas. So I did a base coat off camera and I'm doing one coat of a China glaze color. This color is like an emerald. The nail polish is actually really old, so I'm actually surprised it's just gliding on. And I'm just doing one coat of that. And what are you guys doing for Christmas this year? Let me know. I'm actually going to be hosting, so I'm really excited because I'm going to be making barbacoa, frijoles puercos, the whole 9 yards. Chef B is here. And if you don't know what that is, it's just basically meat, beans, and it's delish. But yeah, I went ahead and let this dry, and now I'm applying a darker green. And since this nail polish is like way old too, I'm using a palette and I'm applying the product on there. And then I'm taking the original brush that I used and I scraped off the product off so that I won't mix the two nail polishes. And I'm applying this dark color. The reason why I'm doing this is because this nail polish is old. This one is clumpy and it starts to dry fast. So if I don't apply it quick, I'll have a mess. And imagine doing that for 2 coats. No thanks. So I'm like, I'd rather just use 2 different nail polishes. And since this color is pretty opaque, then we'll be okay. Here it was starting to give me trouble, as you can see. And I was like, no, I'll just be fine. I can always use the liner brush to get into the corners. And this is a cool trick. I like to use my thumb just to place some pressure to be able to get in there. Now, taking a red by OPI, I'm going to be doing a straight as line as possible. Obviously, it wasn't as straight, so here I'm just going to be trying to perfect that. But remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, and practice makes perfect, so just keep trying. I feel like my line work isn't the best, but it's not the worst. I definitely have to keep practicing myself. Then I'd like to twist my finger and then get into that other side. And let me show you a little bit of behind the scenes. This is how I like to work. I like to use my knee and I like to zoom in there. Now taking a white nail polish by OPI, I'm going to go ahead and try to do thin lines. As you can see, this one isn't as thin as I wanted it. So on the next time, I'm applying less product and doing less tension. And then that way I can get a thinner line. So you can definitely see the difference. I like the thinner line on the white because we want it to be a little bit more technical. And then I'm using pure acetone to clean my brush off just to make sure that that red doesn't bleed with the white. And you definitely want the red to dry before going in with the white. That's probably the most time consuming part. But as you're working on the rest of the nails, the other one should be drying. Then I'm using pure acetone to just thin out that white to get in there, but just be careful because you don't want the product to be sticky. And then going in and just doing the thinnest 2 white lines that I can. I went ahead and finished. And then again, I let them dry first before applying a top coat. And I applied a top coat by Essie. And here are the final results. I went ahead and did the right hand, and I feel like the right hand, I wasn't as careful, but it looks great still. And let me know if you would try these. Thank you for watching. Bye.